Hi, welcome to Level 1. This is a three-part series. Please go through this video at least 3 to 5 times before you graduate to the next level. Also, please wear earphones for the best experience. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to focus on a relaxation, a hypnotherapy to cope with isolation and social distancing. Some of the feelings that you might be experiencing, like stress, anxiety, depression, maybe anger, fear. So, just a quick refresher that hypnotherapy is simply a change of mindset, a change of consciousness. It doesn't actually create a cure, nor is it a band-aid for anything that you might be going through. So it's just to help you to bring the healing parts of you to the surface. It is relaxing, it is guiding, it is secular, and it is safe. So let's start. As we begin to focus on our bodies and focus on where we might be feeling stress in our bodies, I want you to become very aware of the different sounds and experiences that will surface. You might hear sounds from your own home, externally. You might hear sounds from my home. Any sounds that you hear are just a part of the process. You might feel tension or restless legs or slight experiences like a slight tightness of the shoulders at different times during this relaxation, during this hypnosis, during this hypnotherapy, and that's fine. Just release, accept and release. And so when I say release, really quickly here, release is just an affirmation that you feel it and being okay with it and knowing that it's just a signal that you are under stress. That's all. It's stress coming to the surface. It's allowing you to recognize what you're feeling. So when you start to feel your mind wandering, that is fine too. Because as you close your eyes and we continue with this experience, your mind will wander. You will start to think about the things you used to do or the things that you have to do right now, or different concerns or worries that will crop up in your mind. That's all very normal. Don't think that for a moment that when those ideas come to your mind or when those thoughts come to your mind that there's anything wrong or that this isn't working for you, okay? So this is all very normal. You're a human. Your mind is meant to have ideas and thoughts. If it weren't, we would be in a very dangerous position right now. So, with that said, focus on where you might feel tension in your body, and during this time, maybe get into a comfortable position. You could be laying down, you could be seated. Close your eyes. So when we close our eyes, we actually expand our world. With your eyes open, if you're in a home, you can see the walls, you can see a window, and you could see a landscape perhaps. But with your eyes closed, you can imagine a universe. You can imagine what the world looks like. You can imagine the entire universe if you wish. You can imagine that you are above mountains, on a lake, looking at an ocean. You might even actually hear the ocean if you really can close your eyes and get your imagination going. Now, for some people, you will visualize, and some people will just imagine, meaning you will go to memory or you will create. Not everyone will be able to visualize, and some people that are visualizing will be able to feel an even deeper experience. Some people will simply visualize, and some people, whether you're visualizing or imagining or just hearing me speak, will be able to feel the sensations in their body. There's going to be a lot of different levels that you personally might experience. And if you listen to this once, it might be one experience, and the second, third, or 10th time might be all very different experiences, and that's normal. So now, focusing on your eyes being closed, really focus on the feeling of your eyelids touching and that gentleness that you might not have been even thinking about before. Thinking about the top of your head and all of your hair follicles, down the spine, your wondrous, amazing nervous system, all of your organs, the muscles in your body, maybe the larger muscle groups first, thinking about the abdominal muscles, the thighs, going all the way down to the tops of the toes, imagining the little area where the toenails grow, the soles of the feet, imagining right now that someone that you love very much that might have passed on is touching the soles of your feet, giving you energy, giving you encouragement and love, and feeling that energy rise through your body. Now, as it's rising through your body and the soles of your feet are very much on your mind, imagine that there is a beautiful staircase that is outdoors. And this staircase goes to nothing. It's just a beautiful outdoor staircase. Now, if you've ever seen a staircase like this, you can go ahead and imagine and go to your memory. I personally don't recall that I ever saw a staircase that went to nothing, but I want you to imagine perhaps a marble, wooden, or maybe just carved out of the grass, the soil, staircase up a small hill. So I like to imagine that there is an old stone staircase, a little bit worn and weathered, some of the stones are missing. And I like to imagine that this staircase was built many, many years ago, and that no one has been on the staircase for many years, and I have just stumbled upon it. And I want you to take a few steps on that staircase, whatever staircase that you're imagining. And as you take a few steps up that staircase, you are feeling the soles of your feet on whatever surface that you have decided that staircase is created from. And as you're doing that, you are more aware of the nerves and the sensations in your feet as you take each and every step. On about the 7th, 8th, or 9th step, you stop and you gently turn behind you, and you notice all of your footsteps are very much visible on that staircase, and they start to lift off of the ground, off of each step, and they turn into these little clouds of a certain color, whatever that color might be for you. I'm seeing oranges and blues, yellows, lavender. And all of these footsteps connect together, and it's very surreal, of course, as you're looking at it, and they connect together and they turn into this beautiful cloud. This beautiful cloud becomes translucent and lifts and just goes into the sky and looks like any other cloud. And then you start to imagine that, wouldn't it be interesting if every cloud that you see is actually representing the footsteps of many other people? And you continue up that staircase very slowly, allowing your body to feel the exertion of climbing that staircase. And when you get to the top, there is a beautiful, beautiful path for you to walk. And there are wildflowers, there's an ocean, there is woods, a forest on one side, there's a field that you're going through. You have every beautiful area near you. If you look in the distance, you see mountains. If you look in another area, you see a beautiful field, pasture. There's nothing that can hurt you. And so you will be barefoot as you're walking, but there are no bugs, nothing to sting you, nothing to harm you, and there is no other person around. And you're walking and you're walking, and you're allowing yourself to just feel the movement. And as you're feeling the movement, you see a spot and you decide that you want to lay down. And you're imagining that you're laying down and getting very comfortable. And you're imagining the sun rising, a day going by, and the sun lowering. As the sun sets, you become very relaxed, and whatever has happened throughout the day that went very quickly and that you only notice the sun moving through the sky has taken away any stress that you might feel, and the sun sets. As the sun sets, you begin to have a dream that you're in a beautiful, beautiful art gallery. And in this art gallery, when you enter, everyone is looking at you and feels like they're looking at you as if you have done something wonderful. You thought you were just going to this art gallery to be a part of visualizing and looking and being informed and cultured. And now you realize that they're clapping and they're smiling and they're looking at you as you walk in. And you look down and you are dressed amazing. You have woken up in the morning and you have dressed to impress. Not to impress on a superficial level, but on a very informative level, intentional level. You have dressed to express how you feel, and not only how you feel, but the energy that you wish to feel. And as you're walking around that gallery, you realize that you are the artist as you look at the walls. Every artwork that is hanging is yours. Everything that is in that art gallery you have created, and everyone that is there for you. You're imagining that you are hugging each and every person. Even if you're not normally a hugger in real life, you're imagining hugging each and every person as they congratulate you. And you can feel the oxytocin in your body. This is a feel-good chemical that happens with touch. You are feeling the oxytocin surge in your body as you hug each and every person. They are so happy to see you. They are so proud of you, of what you have accomplished in your life. You feel so connected with them. And you are hugging each and every person, and you can feel their embrace. You can feel the warmth of their bodies. You can feel the smile when they are touching your cheek with their face, your cheek to cheek, and you can feel them smiling and happy. Now, as you are walking, you see one beautiful artwork, and you're staring at it. And it's a bench, and there's flowers around it, and you're staring at the colors. And right now, just think to yourself, what are the colors that you're seeing? You actually see a cup of tea on the table in that artwork. And also in that artwork are some oranges and lemons in a bowl on the table. Maybe some other types of food around, you decide that. And you can start to smell that. You could smell the lemon, the citrus. You can feel the steam of the tea. And all of a sudden, people are looking at you, but they're looking at you differently now. You realize that you are in this painting. They can't tell that you are alive, that you look like you are stoic in the painting, that you've done just a portrait of yourself, but really you're in the painting very much alive and experiencing the painting. So you decide to just take a nap while you're there. Let them enjoy the painting. Let them enjoy connecting with you on a different level. And just decide to take a nap there. And as you are relaxing and napping, you start to think about self-compassion in your daily life. So, mindful self compassion means knowing when you're under stress or suffering and responding with care and kindness. That's the self compassion. And the simplest approach to discover how you already care for yourself is to remind yourself to do certain things every day. So, we'll do some of them right now. I want you to have self compassion physically. I want you to soften your body and think about throughout your day, how do you care for yourself physically? Do you self massage your temples? Do you take a warm bath or a warm shower? Do you drink that cup of tea that might be there for you? Do you stay active? What new ways right now can you imagine ways to release tension in your body and to create a more soft body? What are new ways that you can bring compassion to your life physically? Now, don't worry about when I ask these questions if you don't have answers. If you just close your eyes and go through this exercise, in a few hours, you'll start to have all of the answers that you need if you don't get them immediately. So let's talk about self-compassion mentally. How do you reduce agitation? How do you care for your mind, especially when you're under stress? Do you watch a funny movie? Do you read maybe an inspiring book? Do you pray? What are new strategies right now when you're more social distancing or isolating that you can bring to you, that you can allow your thoughts to filter through to help you reduce agitation? Now, you might even want to think about some physical ways that you can reduce agitation, but you might actually want to focus on how you mentally do this. What actions do you take that are more passive, like looking at a movie or a TV show that is uplifting, that can help you to reduce agitation? What do you do emotionally that can help you with self-compassion? How do you soothe and comfort yourself? How do you care for yourself? Do you pet one of your animals or pets that you might have, a dog or a cat? Do you journal? Do you cook? Do you listen to a hypnosis or a hypnotherapy? Is there something new that you'd like to try? Now, because we are isolated and we're more distracted by our thoughts and the changes that are happening in our lives, the relation aspect of compassion is going to be very different, how you connect to others. So how and when do you relate to others that brings you a genuine happiness? How do you meet up with friends now? How do you connect to family? How do you celebrate birthdays or play a game or any kind of a celebration that maybe used to be a prom or a graduation or going to school or going to work? How do you incorporate these types of activities, whether it's for you or a child that you know? How do you incorporate these different types of relationships in your life? How do you nurture relationships in your life right now? Is there any way that you can think of that you can enrich a relationship in your life? How do you spiritually commit to values? What do you do to care for yourself spiritually? Pray, walk in the woods, help others. It might not be possible for you to take a walk in the woods right now, right? It might be, but it might not be. Maybe you can just walk around your property or your neighborhood as long as you're staying far from others. Or it's very possible that you can just imagine that you're walking or focus on prayer. Maybe you can incorporate something new in your spiritual life. Maybe you can have online prayer meetings or meditation meetings. Maybe you can, something that I have done today as I'm recording this, it's Palm Sunday. I don't have a palm for my front door. I don't have a palm for my home. And Passover as well. I don't have some of the items needed for Passover. I celebrate Christianity and Judaism and Buddhism. But what I did do is I had my husband grab just a pine branch, and there's a pine branch on my front door to symbolize Palm Sunday. So, what are some creative ways that you can do things? How can you bend the rules a little bit to symbolize the things that are in your heart and soul? Take a self-compassion break. Things don't have to be perfect. So when you're noticing that you're feeling stressed or emotional discomfort, see if you can find a way to soften the tension in your body. Understand that there are moments of suffering. Some of these suffering moments might be, hey, this hurts. My neck feels tight, my shoulders are tight, or this is stressful. But suffering is a part of life. Most of us are going through some level of suffering right now. This is humanity. We have this opportunity right now in this suffering to see the brighter sides. Even though there is so much negativity, we don't want to ignore or pretend these things don't exist in some way, or to take away from someone's discomfort that they might be feeling. But we want to still look on the brighter side to boost our immune system. We all struggle in our lives. We are all able to be kind to ourselves and kind to others. Focus on connecting. Imagine now that you are waking up and you're not in the painting, you're not in the art gallery, you're not even walking. You're at the bottom of the steps that you imagined, and you're coming back to the here and now, feeling your eyes gently closed, feeling your body. With your eyes closed, stretch. Take a big inhale and exhale. And open your eyes. Feel the difference in your body. Feel the very slight shift of mindset. And know that within the next 20 minutes to hour to 2 hours, you're going to start feeling a little bit more inspired, a little bit more uplifted. Come back to this meditation as often as needed. Every time you come back to it, try to create a different view, a different visualization. Or you can come back to it and you can go more deeply into details of the visualization that you just had. Have a beautiful, beautiful day or night.